Y'all already know, man, we're living in a world today where there is more lies than there is truth. More bullshit than there is realness. You better not fall for that shit Pinocchio be telling you.
Haha, Dom the best. Finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga, yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitches with locks. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2 comes violent, first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see you ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
What's up, y'all? You already know, man. Kfrogtv back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. And make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be bringing y'all some more real spill. And it's a common topic, but I'm going to break it down to y'all. And this shit could go for on the streets, and it could go for while you're in the chain gang. All right? You never want to believe everything you hear. All right? The reason I say that is because over 85 to 90% of the things that you hear or that somebody tells you is bullshit. Believe it or not. When you go to prison, you get locked up. When you're new, when you come in on that compound, don't nobody know you. Don't nobody know what you've been through, what your lifestyle was like, how you grew up, how you got your nickname, where you grew up, where you're from, how you get money, if you got money, if you're broke. Don't nobody know none of that shit about you. Okay? So it ain't nothing to just be somebody you're not. When you get locked up, you're going to come across people that tell you, oh, I was the man on the streets. I got this, I got that. Back in the day, I had this. Before I got jammed up, I had this. I was making this much money. That's what you're going to hear. Nobody is going to tell you to your face, I was homeless. I'm broke. I don't get money. I don't have this. I never had that. You feel me? Literally, not that many people are going to sit there and be 100% with you. You feel me? Everybody wants to look like they're somebody they're not. So they build a friendship with another individual off of being someone they're not. Literally. I've told y'all this plenty of times. Jail. Just ask, I'll lie. Or just another inmate lying. For real. I can't tell you how many people I came across that told me so much shit of who they truly was on the streets. And then I'm like, for real? So now I feel like we bonding, we clicking, because the things that they're saying, how much money they making, they hustle, they do this, they're known on them streets. You feel me? People respect them in their neighborhood. You know, I feel like I can relate. So at the same time, you know, that builds like a friendship, makes it a where, okay, that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? We got that shit in common. You know, we kind of grew up the same, but we're finally just now meeting here in this messed up situation of us being incarcerated. But in all reality, when you get out and you link up with them people on the streets and y'all go to vibing on the streets or you see them for the first time on the streets, you're going to notice, man, they ain't living the way that they said they was before they went to prison. You feel me? Like, you're going to notice, like, you know, that shit don't really add up. Then if you got them on Instagram or Facebook or any type of social media, you know, shit like that, of course you're going to add them because that was your dog when you were locked up. They're going to add you. Then, you know, you want to see how they was living before. You know, you go looking back to before the time of y'all being locked up to see the type of shit they was posting back then. And then you find out it was the same shit. They homeless. Don't nobody know who they was. They never get no type of money. I told you they was in there because they got caught with this much product. Or they were laying people down, robbing, doing what they got to do. Come to find out, you know, you thinking like, okay, boy, I got me a homeboy that's really on that. You know, he's about that dollar by any means. But in all reality, find out false ownership of the pawn shop was his charge. You know what I'm saying? Stealing. Like little shit like that. You know, people lie so much because they could get away with it. There's more of a chance of them getting away with the lies that they're telling you than there is of you finding out the truth. The only time you'll find out the truth is if someone who truly knows them comes there. And then when someone that truly knows them comes there, either they're going to click up and then they'll probably not even hang out with you that much no more because they're with that person, or they won't even click up with the person that they knew from the streets because that person truly knows them. So now they're going to try to set out a different, you know, image and perspective to the people that truly knows them from the streets. They're going to try to hang out with other people to show that person, look at me now. Look at all the homeboys I got now. Look for all the shit that you knew about me and who you truly knew I was. Look at me now, though. You know, straight up. I'll never forget, man. I remember this one dude I came across when I was in the county jail. You feel me? He used to tell me all types of shit. You know, I ain't got nothing but time on my hands, so of course I listen. You know, I let him tell me what he wants to hear. But after me being locked up so many times and coming across people and realizing that over 85% of the shit that people tell you is just fake bullshit, they could say whatever they want to me, but that shit going in one ear out the other. You feel me? That shit sound good, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I already know majority of it's fake. Majority of it ain't nothing. I be looking at them, they be feeling like I'm looking at them like I'm believing them. You feel me? They'll feel like, yeah, oh, I'm telling him a good dream, telling him a good story. You feel me? Look how tuned in he is. And really, I'm tuned in looking at him like this to see how far is he really going to take it. How much bullshit is he going to tell me as he takes off to the moon? Feel me? And I be looking at him like, oh, for real, you did that? No. That's crazy. And they think that I'm truly believing it, but really I'm just gassing them up to see how far they're going to stretch the truth, you know? But anyways, I came across someone in the county jail. Like I said, he used to tell me all types of stories. He was a man on the streets. He was known for beating up everybody. He was a big-ass dude. He was a Crip. You feel me? And he was from L.A. originally, you know what I'm saying? But he ended up moving down here to Florida somewhere and shit. But anyways, he ended up telling me all types of different war stories. He was known on the block and this and that. He was telling me about his old lady and how his old lady, you know, how he met her because he makes so much money and blah, 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 blah. And he was in my cell. So at the same time, you know, I ain't think nothing of it. You feel me? At this time, I was in a 6-man cell. You know, everybody in there got their own personality. Everybody's different, you know. So he was vibing with us and shit like that. And I'll never forget when I came across him on the streets. When I came across him on the streets, he was a carny, okay? Which is someone that works at a carnival. If y'all know about the people that work at the carnivals and shit like that, I don't know how it is where you are, but where I'm at, out of 100% of that damn, you know, the employees that work in the carnival and shit, I say at least 75 to 80% of them smoke dope. Straight up. That's how it is where I'm from. I'm being real with you. So, I didn't think nothing of it, but, you know, as I'm walking around, you could see everybody that, you know, you could tell they smoke dope and shit like that. Those are the perfect people that, you know, you want to meet when you know, when the carnivals come in town, everybody that hustle want to go there. And, you know, because, boy, you don't know. They're going to be in town for fucking 3 weeks or not even 3 days, I mean. They're going to be in town for 3 days. You feel me? They might be within your, you know, your area for 3 weeks. And you fuck around, you get a couple of them carnies on your wing, let them know you got that product. Man, you're going to be making $1,000 a night. They're going to be calling you. They're going to be one of them calling you that's probably getting it for 10 other people. Then there's going to be the ones that don't want to smoke with them that are going to be calling you, bro. You're going to be making so much bread. So I'm walking around a carnival, you know what I'm saying, with my kids and shit. Next thing you know, I hear, Frog, what's up, bitch? What's up, what's that? I look back, I see his big ass. I'm like, what's up, bitch? I go up to him. He like, nah, bitch, just chilling. And I'm like, oh, chip tooth ass. That's what I used to say to him in the county. You feel me? Big old black dude with an afro. And he had a big ass tooth, his front tooth. But that bit was like half. So I used to, you know, ride him because of how chipped his tooth was. I'm telling old chip tooth ass, bitch, he still ain't get that shit fixed. Because in my mind, in the county, I used to tell him, all that money you be making, bro, why you ain't get your shit fixed? You feel me? But in all reality, he wasn't who he said he was. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there, you know, we chop it up for literally, I say 30 seconds. And next thing you know, it's like, hey, what's up, bro? Can you get me some? And I'm like, what? Get you what? He's like, you man, you know, I need some smoke. I'm like, oh, what, you need some bud? He's like, nah, man, I need some hard, bro. I'm like, for real? He's like, yeah, it ain't for me, though. It ain't for me. You know, that's their favorite line to throw out there. I'm like, oh, you got someone that need it? They gave you the money already? That's how you throw it back at him. He'd be like, yeah, they gave it to me. They wanted me to get it. You feel me? But it was fucked up. And, you know, it sucks because he was a cool person. You know, he was a smoker, though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't holding against him or whatnot, you know. But at the end of the day, he did tell a bunch of bullshit. And one other time, when I was on my way to court, you feel me? When I was on my way to court, I was in a holding cell. And he had court the same day. And while I'm in the holding cell, he go to walk by because they tell you which cell to go sit in. And I'm in a holding cell with probably like 70 other inmates and some dude who ain't even in our jail. Because the way it works down here in Broward is every jail gets transferred to the main jail because that's where the courtroom's at. It's connected to the main jail, you feel me? So you got people in different color outfits, you know what I'm saying? Baby blue would be one jail, green another one, brown another one, black and white would be a different floor, red would be a different floor. You know, you got different shit like that. So when you go there, it's kind of like a vacation. Especially if you've been locked up a couple months in Pompano, now all of a sudden you're going to court in the county, you're going to see faces that you never see. You know, you're going to see so much traffic. So I'm sitting in this holding cell, and when he go to walk by, some dude get up and goes up to the door and starts hollering at him, calling him a different name, and then he looked and he acted like he didn't see him and kept walking. So he started making a scene about it in the holding cell I'm in. So I'm like, what you know, bro? He's like, man, this nigga want to act like he don't know me, bitch. That one of my main custos on the streets. I'm like, nah. He like, yeah, man, you want to walk by? He's like, you act like you don't see me, bitch. You know who this is? He yelling at him through the crack of the door and shit like that. And he's standing out there like this, just straight, won't turn his head towards him. So I seen that and I peeped, but I didn't think nothing of it, you know. But in the back of my mind, I was like, damn, you feel me? He felt like he knew, bro. You know what I'm saying? And what it was is, that was his dope boy. You feel me? And the dude I knew was his baseman. You see? Little things like that. But he lied, told a whole bunch of shit. You feel me? It'd be the same way in prison. You meet people in prison, y'all get cool and shit like that, and then when y'all meet up on the streets, y'all realize, damn, they're not living the way that, you know, they made it seem. You feel me? That's when you end up not even being cool as much on the streets. Y'all could be locked up, vibing together, and y'all could be doing years, have a friendship for years, being there, that shit be like this. Y'all feel like y'all two peas in a pot, like y'all got so much in common. Next thing you know, you get out on the streets, y'all might chill a couple times because y'all are trying to pursue the friendship and trying to, you know, pursue that y'all are dogs, and you feel me? And it just don't be right because they're not living how they truly said they were living, you know? And then after a while, y'all being dogs and homeboys, them stories that they told you and what they told you who they was and how they grew up, what they're known for and all that shit, eventually it fades because it's like a lie. After a while, they lied so long that they forgot about the lie. But then when you get out and you go to hanging with them, it ain't the same thing. You get what I'm saying? And that's what makes it to where y'all ain't as cool on the streets as y'all locked up. For real. You might go to a compound and they might tell you this one dude right here, you know what I'm saying? He's known for smacking shit. He got transferred from another camp. He's known for wetting shit up left and right. But then they only say that, you know, because he told people. He wet a person at Swanee. He wet a person at ACI. He wet a person at DeSoto. He wet a person at Franklin, at Jackson. And then word goes around, oh yeah, he was smacking shit. Every camp he went to, he wet shit. But who told y'all that? Him. Now, if someone's there that physically seen it, then it's different. You feel me? Rather than if it's someone there that's just spreading the same shit they heard about him also. Then word goes around, they think this dude's a straight goon. In all reality, you know, he won't hurt a fly. Or he will, but he never did. You see what I'm saying? That's how it is. Take the internet, for instance. You feel me? People hear 100 things about KFROG from others. You see what I'm saying? They don't know me, though. You get what I'm saying? People, the same people who hear shit about me, you feel me, will believe things they hear, but they don't know Frog. They don't know shit about me. There's like 5 different KFROG, you know, stories online are all false about the real KFROG. You get what I'm saying? For real. That's why you can't believe everything you hear. You hear what people were doing in prison. When they come home, they'll tell 101 different soldier stories. And, oh, I was this person, I was that, I was doing this, I was in there making bitches do this, that. And try to scare the people around them on the streets to make them feel like, oh, they was in there putting down. They was in there, you know, making people break it off. They've always been a soldier. That's it. It's the same way as on the outside as it is on the inside. When people first go in, they tell false-ass stories about themselves, trying to look like they was a man on the streets because they're not on the streets right now. And then when the people get out of prison, they do the same thing. We had someone in my neighborhood that was a white boy that came home from prison that was a blood. You feel me? So we all went up to him and shit. You know, he was trying to tell all these war stories and all this rah-rah shit. This, that. Try to put fear in people's hearts on the streets and shit to let them know what he was doing up the road and blah, blah, blah. I ended up catching beef with him. Long story short, we shot the fade in the middle of my neighborhood one time. You feel me? And that was because, you know, he said some shit to me like, oh, you might as well become a blood because Davey don't get no play up the road. So I felt like he tried, you know, tried me because, bitch, here you got Davey tatted on you and all. You from where we from. Now, just because you ain't hold Davey down while you were locked up or you ain't put on for our neighborhood, you can't hold on some gang. Now, all of a sudden, you want to try the hood. You feel me? So I ended up fighting him and shit in front of everybody in my neighborhood, in front of all his own homeboys that were bloods from a different fucking neighborhood. All this. It was awesome. You feel me? But anyways, I ended up fighting him. I go up the road. While I'm up the road, I come across several people that was locked up with him. You feel me? So, you know, I'm a fish. Oh, so you know such and such. Yeah, I know such and such, man. And I'll never forget the first time I heard a story about him. I was in the county jail. Didn't even go to prison yet. I was in the county jail in confinement. And I had a bunkie named CeeLo that was a GD. You feel me? He was a GD. He literally came back from prison to fight another charge. One of his charges, he got sentenced from Palm Beach. They gave him like 8 years from Palm Beach. And then when he was in, and then he went to prison. And when he went to prison, Broward's charges were still open. So they brought him back. You get what I'm saying? And then since they brought him back, he had to be in black and white, which is max custody. Because when you come back fighting a charge, you're not in any of the other jails. You're going to be in the main jail and you're going to be max custody because you are a state inmate. You get what I'm saying? You belong, you know, you're state sentenced to the Florida State of Corrections. You know what I'm saying? Florida Department of Corrections, I mean. So he was landed in confinement, ended up being my bunkie. He tells me, I said, oh, so you know such a, he like, man, I know that clown, man. I said, for real? He like, man, we ran down on him in the chow hall. He was working in the kitchen. And this and that. I said, you swear to God. He was like, yeah, man. He started describing his tattoos. And I know him from my neighborhood. So I know them tattoos. I'm like, for real? He's like, man, that man ain't living like that. This and that, this and that. I said, damn. But he said he was banging that shit hard on the road. He like, man, we went up to that boy. We told that boy, what's up with this? What's up with that? He's like, oh, it ain't nothing. I just like the color. I just like the color red, the ink it shows and all this different shit. That's what he told these real gang members. You feel me? So I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So I always knew that in the back of my mind. I was like, okay, you feel me? He was selling stories when he first came home. I go to prison, come across like 3 other people that say they came across him at the same institution that Madal CeeLo came across him at. Guess what? I hear the same bullshit. Now, he wasn't banging that shit on the pound. He wasn't walking around saying blood this, blood that. He wasn't walking around talking about, oh, this is what it is. He wasn't rocking with the Bloods when the wars went down and all that shit like that. I'm like, for real? See? But he came home, told everybody in the neighborhood that he was flipping people, you know, that he was a massive gang member and all this other shit. So it's the same as when people first go in, they're going to lie. You get what I'm saying? So you can't believe everything that you hear. Same as when they get out, they're going to lie. You can't believe everything you're going to hear. You see what I'm saying? If you ain't see that shit with your own 2 eyes, don't even spread it. Don't even tell people something about someone else. Straight up. If you hear from 5 people that man flipped 5 people, but you ain't see it yourself, man, don't believe that shit, man. Or if one of them 5 people that told you ain't see it themselves, you feel me? Then if you say something out of it, like, well, my dog such and such said he's seen it. You got to always throw that facts in there, man. You want your word to be authentic, not watered down. Today, a lot of shit's watered down, straight up. Like this prison community, this prison genre shit or whatever, I'm like the only one left that still does real prison content. You feel me? And I'm going to keep that shit up regardless. Everybody else done drifted and do some other shit. You feel me? That because they ran out of content a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of review channels. You got a lot of reactions. You got a lot of drama and arguing. Once all that shit's over with, what they gonna talk about then? Think about it. Once all the drama's over with, they ain't gonna have nothing else to talk about. They're gonna be right back to not making no views, not getting no one to believe shit they're saying. You get what I'm saying? No more content. So they try to ride it out as much as they can. You got people that review TV shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to sit here and today we're going to talk about this episode on such and such. Like, bro, you're a prison genre channel. Like, so what? If there's 15 episodes per season, there's 3 seasons, you're going to sit here and try to make 45 reviews? Like, bro, you ran out of content. You don't know what else to talk about. Oh man, we gonna do this today, man. We gonna talk about such and such and such and such fighting. We gonna this and that. Okay, but I'm not gonna be going back and forth, dropping 15, and then that's exactly what they're gonna do. Ride it out. That shit might not go down for a year and a half, but we're gonna talk about the same shit every day until then. And then after the shit goes down, bam. Now what are we gonna talk about? Think about it. A lot of people be saying to me, Frog, you should do a reaction channel. You know why I don't do a reaction channel? Because as soon as you look up doing a reaction channel, you know what it tells you? That they could take your channel down at any time. Because that is not your content. I'm not a troll, you feel me? I'm not gonna sit here and study and watch other YouTubers and try to say shit about what they say just to be known. I'm not on that shit. I try to drop real deal prison content to teach y'all shit about the chain gang. That can also apply to on the streets. For real. And I'm gonna keep it going like this. This is what I'm gonna do. Feel me? I got 2 other gaming things that I do aside of this prison shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy with that. You know, if I ever wanted to do a reaction channel or something like that, it damn sure wouldn't be Kfrogtv's channel. It would be a whole nother reaction. It would not be like something that I built up because you don't own that content. So out of nowhere, copy strike. And then bam, next thing you know, you got so many copy strikes. Let's get that channel off the internet. So grinding this hard, telling y'all real deal experiences and everything that I've been through in prison, everything I seen, witnessed, and actually had to go through while I was incarcerated. Still being the only one in Florida out of the prison channels that got their real footage that isn't a gang member. You feel me? Work so hard for all that and then all of a sudden do reactions. Because a lot of them reaction videos don't even get approved because it's someone else's content. You're putting their content up, playing their content and talking about it. If people wanted to really be dickheads, they could literally copy strike you anytime for doing that. You feel me? Like me, all the people that make fake videos about me and take clips from my shit, make videos. I'll be on my gaming channel laughing, hanging out. Some trolls will jump in there sometime. I gotta put my foot down on them and snap on them and shit. People will take them clippings and make videos about me and tell people don't go to his gaming channel. It's not positive and this and that. If I want to be a dick, there's so many people out there that I can hit with copyright strikes. But I don't care about none of that shit. I'm not petty. You feel me? That's why I just come over here and I give y'all that real spill. For real. But y'all remember though, don't believe everything you hear. If you meet someone that's locked up and they tell you they had a fucking Hummer sitting on 30s out there with candy paint. Oh yeah? Where the pictures at? And then they show you the pictures. You'll get out and you'll find out that was just a picture that they took from a vehicle that's sitting on the side of the highway somewhere. Or that's their sister's baby daddy's vehicle. That's how it is, you know what I'm saying? You got so many people that tell lies that it's kind of hard to believe it. And then when you get out, someone that you thought was like, lived the same lifestyle as you, you find out it's totally different. And it'd be like that. And then you have people that you thought you were so close with when you were locked up that'll try to rob you on the streets. Or you could just tell the way they are that they're hungry. You know, they want money. They're not stable. They're not able to be fit for living on their own. So then you're like, damn, this person's dragging me down, dog. As much as I fucked with him, bro, he's dragging me down, dog. You know, I'm going to have to keep my distance from him, bro. Because right now I'm on a paper chase. I got kids to feed. And this motherfucker right here, he just want to get fucked up. He just want to get high. He want to get crunk. He want to walk around and not bathe for 3-4 days. He want to barely ever have money in his pocket. You know, like shit like that. And then you're not on that. You're totally opposite. So you're like, damn. I'm doing good right now. I got to distance myself. Yeah, that's my dog, but we came from being like this locked up to just commenting on each other's posts on Instagram now. That's what you got to do, you feel me? Because at the end of the day, people want to fit in, so they'll tell you whatever. Same as when they come home. They want to be accepted and look cool and look above everybody else on the streets, so they'll tell them whatever to make them feel like they was like up here inside the prison. In all reality, they was like this. For real. But anyways, y'all make sure y'all drop in the comment section, man. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. If y'all ever came across someone that you knew was lying, if you ever landed at a camp and there was somebody there before you, you know, that you knew on the streets personally, and then you find out he done said he was this on the streets, he done had this, he was that, you know, he sold them all a story before you got there, man, drop it in the comment section. Because I already know this shit happens everywhere. There'll be someone that's known, this dude's name can be Russia. You feel me? Because he's telling everybody he's from Russia, so they gave him the nickname Russia. Next thing you know, you find out some people come there, they know him, he ain't from Russia. He ain't from Russia. He grew up, born and raised over here. And everybody knows him. He went to school with him and all, known him since fucking elementary school. And you're like, damn, but Russia said he literally was down here for like 5 months and then got jammed up. Tries to talk with the Russian accent. Like, you'll find out the funniest shit. It always comes to the light. Lies cannot be covered after a while. That shit always comes to the light regardless. Straight up. Whether you get in there and you end up telling a lie, someone that knows you on the streets is going to come in there and people are going to find out. Or whether you came home from prison and you're telling lies to people on the streets, someone that was locked up with you, or someone that was in your area or in your hood is going to get locked up with someone that was locked up with you, and the real word's going to come out. Regardless, that shit comes out even if it ain't right there. So it's a lie that you're just trying to ride and postpone for the longest. But anyways, man, y'all make sure y'all drop in the comment section. Let me know about y'all experiences like I do when I drop these videos for y'all. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all already know, make sure you hit that like button on the way out. If you ain't hit it on the way in, keep them squares, rat, chomos, wannabe island boys, gunners, false gang members, all them out your circle. And until next time, you already know this, the one and only from Florida, KFROG.